Hi family, so I wanted to create a quick video to maybe make things more clear or maybe simplified in the process of things and share some things that I've been sharing with students that hopefully they're bringing back to you, but I know as a parent sometimes they don't ever make it back to you. So I do want to just take a brief moment. So we're getting to the point where we're approaching the end of our first quarter, believe it or not, and sixth graders are getting ready to take their first summative assessment. Seventh graders are taking summative assessments. So, um, with that being said, um, you may be getting some emails from ManageBack from any of your classes saying that assignments are not turned in or whatever it may be. And one of the really helpful ways to see how your child is doing is logging into ManageBack. And I'm going to be completely and totally honest. I have two kiddos of my own at Sage, and I never log into ManageBack using my parent account because I have no idea how to do it. I can log in as a teacher and see all my students, but I have found that the most user-friendly way to get into ManageBack from a parent perspective is logging in with your child's information. So logging in with your child's username and then their password, and then just clicking sign in. And so it's not necessarily the most intuitive program to be able to see and understand, but once you kind of start getting in there and playing around, you can push on just about anything. You're not going to mess anything up. But a calendar is a great way to kind of see where they're at. But if you want to see the specific classes and what's going on in the specific classes, you can click on the class, and then it's going to have this area that says tasks and units. So if you click on that, you can see these different ones, but if you click right here where it says show task, it's going to create a bar graph that's going to show you the assignments that there are and how your child did on them. So if they're missing an assignment, it's going to say a 0. For me, like as a parent, this is like, whoa, we got a 2 there. What's going on? My child needs to reassess. I can go in and see right here that there's comments, so he's missing just citation, and he needed to email that to his teacher, whatever it may be. So this is what it will look like. So again, if you're in the classes and you click on, let's say like Lang and Lit, let me go back to here. And then right here, it'll say show tasks. So it'll be tasks and units and it'll be show task. So that's a really good way just to do a quick check-in on how your kid is doing, maybe where they might need help, those different types of aspects of things, just to get just a good perspective of what's going on in their little world and how they're doing. So that's the perspective of ManageBack. And what I do want to share, the final and last thing that I want to talk about, is the structure of our math class. So if we were, and hopefully we will be here soon, in healthy circumstances, but back in school, your child's block of learning would end up being 90 minutes. So at this point in time, we're cut down to 45 minutes of instructional time. And what I try to explain to students is, in the 90-minute block, you would have instructional time, and then you would have what would be considered your practicing the skills that were taught time. So we will get to the point of transitioning back to that, but we call this basically our extended learning task, their opportunity to practice the skills that we've been working on. So when we have our 45-minute schedule in Zoom, that's my instructional time in Desmos. So anytime we have that Desmos lesson, there's always going to be a follow-up practice opportunity for the students that will be in Edulastic, and that's where the formatives are coming from. I keep telling the students, the minute you log off, like at 1:20, a lot of them have the idea that your school day is completely done. And it's going to be a really big, I think, hard adjustment for some of them coming back to school when they're going to be sitting in a school building till 3:40. But if they can use that, what I termed extended learning time from about 1:20 3:40 to finish anything up they were assigned for those classes that day, it would be super beneficial and helpful for them. So of course, like taking a break, getting a snack, getting some fresh air, but really nailing in. And a couple of reasons to do this. Number one, if they can do the extended learning task in the day that it was assigned and the lesson was taught, they're going to understand it better because it's going to be fresh in their mind and in their memory. And then number two, if they keep putting these things off, they're just going to start piling up and piling up and piling up. And I've gotten emails from some parents that their kids are in tears, and that's not what I want at all, but making sure that we pace things through. So one easy way to check that, what we have been discovering is that parents will go into Google Classroom and they'll see the to-do list, and kids can just turn something in without actually doing it. So as a parent, what I would do, so this is Edulastic, and you can log into Edulastic, that's my version of it. So if I click log in, I'm gonna have to log out of me real quick. I'm going to log in as my child. I do have a child in sixth grade. So I'm going to log in as her. It's her school email, and then her password is I love math. And that's everybody's, all lowercase, no spaces, I love math. So we're going to sign in. And right now, the first thing that I see right here is assignments. She has no assignments due. That means that she's completed and she is all caught up and up to date. And let me tell you, it was a struggle to get her there, but it's there. Okay. And then this, if you extend this out, this will kind of explain a little bit. Grades right here are the graded assignments that she's completed. So this one right here, you might go, yikes, I haven't reviewed that assignment. So there are some questions that naturally grade themselves, and there's some that I have to go in and grade that because a computer can't grade the written responses. So if it just says submitted, it means I have not graded it yet. Okay, so look past that one, but you can see graded, graded, graded. If it says 0 out of 7 correct, it means your child just turned it in and didn't do it. And I'm going to count it as a 0 and ManageBack. Okay. Now, if I were, like we have a test coming up, if I were trying to help my child review, I would say out of these graded assignments that this is probably the one that I want to go through and see if I can help uncover misconceptions. And this is what I tell the students too, like your greatest learning opportunities are to go and find your mistakes and figure out what you did wrong to try not to repeat the mistake. So I can go through the questions here and I can look and see she got that one right. Um, see the input and whatever it may be. The other thing that's really nice is that I can do the show my work button and we can see what the student's annotations on the screen were. So I can see right here that C was the one that she got wrong. So this would be a question that I want to make sure that I go and review with her. So I have a lot of parents asking how they can help from home. Really digging into student mistakes is really a way to individualize and help your child at home. So those are like my key takeaways. Be aware of ManageBack. I make my own children. We check it weekly. Um, and you're getting emails from it. I know there's a lot of emails coming from it, but even if you check it weekly, if you don't check any emails, check this weekly to keep your kids caught up. Remembering that the extended learning tasks are not meant, and once we get back in school, you won't be necessarily seeing as many of these at home, but we will still use the platform of Elastic, and then that way you guys have the ability to see their progress at home as well in this format. And taking the time to review mistakes that students are making to make impactful, meaningful opportunities. So biggest thing is just staying caught up with the task and helping our students structure that extended learning time so that they don't like end up getting things built up over time because it gets really stressful for them. It's a huge transition from fifth grade into sixth grade, and the accountability that happens, getting back grades on a regular basis, the grades counting and mattering in regards to retention. Um, and moving on and progressing from grade level to grade level. So all of these are super important. Please always feel free to reach out if you have any questions. I'm always here and I'm happy to help. And I hope that this 8 minutes has been helpful, but just ways for you guys to be able to know how to go in and see your progress of your child and how you can individually help them in different aspects. So again, please reach out if you have anything. Thanks.